Welcome back to the stream position. This time we got something very interesting. We got dungeons, and this is supposed to be a 2, I presume. Like, no, this is dungeon. This is the S, and this is the brain lag. Just nice. Anyway, quickly look in there if I missed anything. I think not, except for this one. The evil laughter needs to be something very specific. No. No. Hmm. Okay, either this guy. Either this one or this one. I'm going for this one. That sounds more fun. Far more fun. Changes were made. Apply. Yeah. So yeah, there are just too many buttons, except for these two. Quick save 5 and quick load F9. Very, very good. Oh, evil laughter is F8. That is good to know. Very good to know. Okay, we good. So let's start this, and we go for the campaign.
It was time. The troops of the Absolute Evil had driven the Alliance back to their capital, King's Ending. The time for the final battle had arrived. Prepare to destroy the Alliance, and with it, all good in the land once and for all.
Alright. It's interesting. It's like we start already at the beginning, like with absolute domination. That's just strange. That is just strange.
Once upon a time there was a kingdom full of flowers and rainbows, where the sun shone all the time and there was loads of that goody-goody, lovey-dovey good people stuff going on. There, the alliance of abominably good people lived in unearned wealth and prosperity.
It already starts fantastic. Und der war nur Snabbeln.
Leading to a different place there. At the end of this path was a rock. There was a cave carved in this rock, in which the absolute evil lived. It wasn't a grubby, damp cave smelling of muck and mildew, but a deep, dark dungeon, so dark that even darkness itself was afraid of it.
Oh, that's
it was
fantastic.
home to numerous innocent monsters, who enjoyed a happy, contented existence, living in complete harmony with their environment. But time and again, the sickening, sweet-smelling good visited this underworld in search of treasure and experience points. Many monsters found this to be the death of them, but much worse, the absolute evil's treasures were being stolen. One day, just as a few more heroes had finished plundering its dungeon, the absolute evil decided it had had enough, and decided to do something new, something quite monstrous. Go to the surface. The Alliance tried to resist, but the approaching horde just flowed over them like an angry wave of axes, teeth, and bad breath.
That's nice.
After numerous unrelenting battles, the absolute evil finally stood before the Alliance's capital, King's Ending.
Alright. Rooms are particularly efficient when they are surrounded by walls or doors. No fucking shit. Oh, it doesn't make sense. If there's a wall around the room, it is a room. If there's no wall around the room, it's just space. That's an interesting start.
After countless battles, the forces of the absolute evil reached the Alliance capital, King's Ending.
And it's called King's Ending.
The laughable remnants of the forces of good had come here to make ready for the final battle. But evil would pay a high price indeed to storm those fortress walls, or so they thought. Suddenly, a rumble rose from deep within the earth. Stones burst asunder, revealing an ancient path into the depths. Out of the depths of Stygian darkness arises the invincible evil. With earth-shaking steps, the unstoppable evil began its trek towards the front. In the terribly improbable event that it may have forgotten how that works, a formidable help function has been provided.
Okay. A formidable help function. Really? Like, really? The formidable help function. I'm just amazed. Like, select the event. Select the unit by left clicking, right clicking stuff, and this is supposed to be go to, and so on and so forth. Is this the go to? This is move. M for move.
I said, with earth-shaking steps, the unstoppable, if somewhat sluggish evil began its trek towards the front.
Oh, that is amazing. I presume it's a bit too quiet for the stream. It needs to be the narrator voice is dialogue. Yeah, probably a bit too quiet. But anyway, it's amazing. Ooh.
The presence of the absolute evil was also reflected in the land itself. Grass withered, and in places the ground tore open to reveal bubbling lava.
The nice thing is, like, I move mouse up, down, left, right, whatever, and the screen does not move. It does move with the W, A, S, and D keys, and that is amazing.
The inexplicably obtuse evil began its trek towards the front. At least it was supposed to. It says so right here, in the Dungeons 2 strategy guide.
Oh, there's something nice about a game having a narrator that breaks the fourth wall, like this game, but healthy.
Understand the aura of the ultimate and beat a hasty retreat.
Okay, come on, reach the front.
A few of the Alliance units had entrenched themselves here. A determined absolute evil marched towards them in order to strike them down with its mighty weapon.
But I did lose some health here. That's interesting. Okay, so what's that? Jump to an event. Select the event to open. Yeah, what's that one? And take a hostile. Yeah, or you should just right click, same stuff. Movement. Jump to this event. Okay. Pick up whatever that is. Probably a fireball.
The absolute evil had discovered a medal. These legendary awards ensured a creature could be made even more powerful. Only one downside, the creature could only wear one. Eyes ablaze with greed, the insidious evil gazed upon the blood-drenched battlefield. Here the last defenders of good would die, and an age of evil begin.
Okay. So now, onto the battlefield. Or do you need to wait a little more? Let's see what happens if we wait just a little bit longer. Nothing.
The absolute evil, on the other hand, watched the scene from a safe distance. It wondered whether it should get itself a little snack while its creatures did.
Okay. So then, little snack. Where's the little snack? Nothing happens. Oh, and we zoom in, and we zoom out. There's not that much of a difference there between the two heights. Okay, nothing else happened. Let's move somewhere.
But this was hardly the time. For although the hordes of evil were indeed almost bursting with their zest for action, their complete and utter lack of tactics were no match for the defenders.
So this is okay, blue are allies. Right. Oh.
Projectiles from the Alliance's catapults darkened the sky, but the horde's fighting skills were at their best in darkness, if they survived.
Whoa, 666 damage. Now that is insane. Nah, it's 660 now.
Nothing and no one could stop the invincible
Ooh. Wait, let's quickly destroy that catapult, crush the western encampment, and stuff, and so forth. Bada. Ooh. Okay, encampment almost crashed.
The absolute evil destroyed the defenders' camp in the east with the greatest of ease. Now, only one tiny camp offers any resistance to the absurdly evil evil. And even that won't be able to hold out for much longer.
Whee! Okay, okay, they do have some bards, it seems. Fascinating. Crush the western encampment. Yeah. Move. Unbelievable.
The absolute evil destroyed the defenders' camp in the west with the greatest of ease. The defenders in front of the city had been beaten to a pulp and defeated. Now the time had come to attack King's Ending. The final battle beckoned.
Oh. We need to attack that too? Think not. What? I can't move there, right? I can't get there. So, let's see how King's Ending looks like.
The wicked evil was hesitating, rather than taking the fastest route to the city gate. Did it want to keep the defenders shaking in their boots with fear?
Of course, with fear. A whole bunch of fear.
The city gate was firmly barricaded by the Alliance's archers, but the absolute evil would not allow itself to be held up by such a ridiculous impediment. So, go get them! Destroy them now! Oh yes, sorry, stay in character. The absolute evil used its all-powerful magic to eliminate the archers and open the gate to the city.
Okay, Spike Wave, it seems. So, Spike Wave. And... target unavailable. It's pointing there. The fuck? Need to get in range first, or what?
The absolute evil had a good long think, but at precisely that exact moment, it decided to act and to deploy its overwhelming magic powers.
Okay, let's get a bit closer.
Using its legend of, wait for it, dairy powers, the absolute evil destroyed the impediment with ease and simultaneously eliminated a whole group of defenders. True story. The road to the capital was now clear. The absolute evil did not hesitate for even 1 nanosecond.
And then a second is gone. 1337.
Actually, the cowardly evil did hesitate.
Look at that.
What would have waited in the city? Would its lousy defenders, which it previously had managed to slay in droves, suddenly come up with something more serious?
So nice that the surrounding always changes. That's just great. Oh, what's Q? Q does something. Whoa.
The insidious evil entered King's Ending. A small, pitiful group of defenders stood in its way. Suddenly, the doors of several houses in the city opened, and with a loud roar, defenders bore down on the rather surprised evil. An ambush.
But the ambush was not that efficient, seems. Everything in here is a one-shot. Even buildings. Got it.
The invincible evil had crushed the defenders. King's Ending had been defeated. At least, that's what it thought.
Oh. Of course, there's an angel.
Suddenly, the final heroes of the Alliance emerged from nowhere. Another ambush? Now, this was becoming very boring. But wait, this time it was different. Instead, the heroes raised their hands and started singing an incomprehensible chant. A magical ritual? This did not bode well. Well, actually, it bode the arrival of good things, great things, unless you happen to be the absolute evil.
Yeah. Then it wouldn't be great. Victory. Okay. I wouldn't call that victory, it's more like a draw.
Somewhere in the depths of the dungeon, the ultimate evil awoke. It did not know what had happened, nor why it had awoken, but it longed for revenge.
Okay, something happened. That's interesting.
The last remaining heroes of the country joined forces and cast a powerful banishment spell. The absolute evil disappeared from sight with a threatening gesture, and a faint whispered, "I'll be there," could be heard coming from its lips. The absolute evil had been banished, and its essence shattered into several pieces. Its reign of terror had ended. The good people of the overworld rejoiced, and an era of peace began for the Alliance. The evil creatures were driven back into the underground, doomed to serve as cannon fodder for pleasure-seeking adventurers. Meanwhile, secreted away in the world's most inaccessible places, the last remains of the absolute evil were resting, never again to see the light of the overworld. Until today, that is. Somewhere deep under the earth, the ultimate evil awoke.
Alright. That's an... okay, press F10 to display that log. Yeah, an attack on your throne room will cause all your creatures from every corner of your dungeon to come to your defense. That's quite handy.
And
so
the
wait, there we
hand
go.
of terror arose, controlled by the ultimate evil.
And
Come
the
on,
hand.
hand of terror, arise, damn you!
Why is it green?
Methinks that exploring the surrounding area would be a sensible strategy. However, to do this, light would be required. Still not bright enough. An old throne room was revealed by the light. The circumstances remained a mystery. The hand of terror flew through the throne room, following each and every thought the ultimate evil had. After a few flying sessions, the ultimate evil was able to control the hand with ease. The time had come to call forth creatures who were completely devoted to it and would do its dirty work. Little snots were the dregs of each and every dungeon and spent their time taking care of it. The expansion-mad evil hired one snot on the spot.
And like, okay, it's very strange. Like, you hover over that icon, but the finger actually is the mouse button, not the hand itself.
After very careful consideration, the ultimate evil now decided to recruit a little snot.
Which I know how that's done. Oh, maybe I need to click on this one. Ah, okay. So, and this size not. Is there a button for that? That's B. B for
The
button.
first little snot appeared. It was completely ready to work in the dungeon and to crawl in the dust before the ultimate evil.
Oh,
Little
Snoopsy.
snots were important to the ultimate evil because they took care of many important little things, such as excavating new areas. The psionically gifted evil could sense the presence of something important that was buried to the south. It instructed its little snots to dig in that direction.
Okay, so if it is then,
As quick as a fart, the little snot made his way to the marked position and began to dig.
just a little click, and it's good. So what's that one? Excavation. You can instruct your to do so. Left click on a tile to mark the entire area, selecting an already selected area for a second time. Deselected. Okay. And even an evil genius such as yourself can only control a certain number of creatures. This is shown by the population points. Okay. Where was I? Population points at the top. In the middle, if you have reached the maximum limit, you will not be able to hire any additional creatures unless you first dismiss one. You can do this by picking up a creature and throwing it into the pit in the throne room. That's handy.
Behold, the creatures of the overjoyed evil had apparently been much more industrious than it had thought. A great dungeon was revealed behind the wall. Everything was already in place. Doors, traps, a well-filled treasury. Oh wait, treasury? And where, if you please, is this treasury? Oh well. One can't expect too much of these mindless little snots. First of all, some gold had to be dug out to make space for a treasury to be created. The Hand of Terror swiftly marked a few small gold veins so that the little snots could excavate them. As soon as a gold vein was selected, a little snot immediately set out to mine valuable gold for the greedy evil.
Oh. Okay, so where do I get gold from if everything has been discovered? That might be a bit of a problem there. Anyway, so this is, I have no idea what that one is. I can like you can fill corridors back in again, however you won't be able to close off any areas of the dungeon by doing that. Okay. And this is what you will come across two types of gold underground: gold veins and rich gold veins. Gold veins can be removed quickly, much in the same way as normal walls, and provide you with a quick boost of gold for a short period of time. Rich gold veins last a longer period of time, but only provide a small amount of gold each. Okay. And which one's which?
Once most of the gold had been mined, the Hand of Terror quickly created a treasury on the spot so that the precious metal could be safely stored.
Okay. So a treasury that rooms are. And T for treasury. Where should I put the treasury? Like in one of... yeah, I actually want to put it in one of these rooms. I have no idea in which one, but one it may be. So, wait a second. Quick look up there. Maximum gold is 8,000 right now. Wages to pay each payday. Really? How much gold you are holding in your dungeon. Then we got mana crystals. Perfect. Let's just get this one away. Okay, so gray stuff is a whole bunch of gold. And we place it over there. Already has been placed. We need to increase the maximum stuff there. Build a treasury, and which your little snots can hold more treasures for you. Okay. And is there anything more by that? First of all, deselect everything you have selected now in the action window. Select the rooms menu, treasury. Production facilities generally require a work unit in order to function. To build a work unit, select the room and then work unit. Okay. 25. Maybe anything else there? No room may be built in. Okay. Oh, that looks good. And increase it by 800, and this is
was still without a treasury.
Really?
The ultimate evil was poking around in the user manual again. It would surely be much faster and easier to make use of the help function instead.
Nah, sometimes, maybe. So, well, I do have a treasury right now. So let's click on that. Ooh, 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 I can grab that gold. That is cool. Now, where do I... that is so cool. Where do I place that gold? Okay, left and right click. That's how it's done. I can left and right click these two. That's good. What else can I right and left click? Red seems to be unable to be done into. So dark color is stable, and then there's the light color, which is unstable and can be dug up. Okay, good to know. That means I can actually kind of improve the walls here, I hope. Like, just a little bit. I think. Anyway, build a treasury. Haven't I already built a treasury? Image is there. Like, can I kind of... How can I deselect this? Like...
Again, the thoughts of the confused evil wandered off into the far yonder. Apparently, it was of the opinion that it had better things to do than follow the story. Huh. What better things could there possibly be?
Okay... Now what is that one? Huh. So... The thing is, I made like multiple rooms here. And I can't really like check if that is oh crap, I need to make another treasury room. No. T. Wait, what? There we go. 2600. That's good. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so this changed a little bit. Let me go back to the treasury. How much is that actually? 500 gold. Okay. Whoa. It's almost filled. Can I like select that real quick? There we go. Throne room 0 out of 500 shows how much evilness you have acquired. Okay. None. Can I? Oh, that doesn't work. Oh, okay. So, and it's like...
The clever evil mastered this task with flying colors. From now on, little snots could use the treasury to store mined gold. It was then at the greedy evil's disposal whenever more rooms needed to be built or new creatures recruited. Little snots were all well and good, but were too weak and cowardly to defend the dungeon. Since it was not able to defend itself, the ultimate evil would have to hire some orcs. But they would require food. Liquid food. Well, beer to be precise. So the next important thing to build was a brewery. And that would require some space to be created. The ultimate evil had the feeling that its servants were not really putting their backs into the work. Might a hearty slap from the hand of terror change that?
Okay. Right click, left click. You can also whack your units with the Hand of Terror in order to motivate them to work faster and emphasize the priority of a particular task. The unit you whack will work more effectively for a short period of time, but lose a little of its life force. To whack a unit, right click on it. Okay. So then...
The sadistic evil encouraged its creature to work a little faster, with a friendly but not at all gentle slap.
A slap. And how often can I do that, really? Like, the thing is, I don't want to do that. Also don't want to throw them away anyway, so, actually wanted to check their health, like, how do I do that? I just want to click on them and want to know, like... There we go. Can I also like let them die a bit slower? That would be nice. Okay, let's have a check and slowly. No, there's no slowly. Can I throw them? Very quick. No, I can't. Okay. Now, what will that room be? Dig out a clear room. Yeah. More or less clear.
There was now an area cleared for the brewery site, and with quick finger snaps from the hand of terror, the room stood ready.
Okay, P. Oh, come on. R and P. P is so far away. So, brewery. Let's make some beer.
But the recently built brewery lacked a brewing copper. With a sigh of resignation, the overworked evil set about taking care of that too.
And put into the brewery. Now, it is that. Yeah, that's not it. How do I put a... Ah, okay. Beer barrel stored, shows how many, and there's the kettle. Wow, that thing is huge. Do I need to sort, like, position them right or something? Like, oh, the positioning is off so much. Wait a second. I think I need to make that larger, at least a little bit. Oh, wait a second. Now, let's do that. I hope I can just replay, like, place this right as I want.
The hard-working evil effortlessly built a brewing copper so that delicious beer could be brewed as soon as possible. One of the little snots started working on the brewing copper. The nostalgic evil banished all thoughts of Oktoberfest and brass bands. Those would have to wait. More important tasks had to be completed first. Both beer and gold were now available in the dungeon, so it was time to hire some creatures to defend against greedy heroes or whatever else snuck around underground. At present, it was only simple orcs declaring undying loyalty to the ultimate evil. The rest of the horde was scattered to the winds.
Okay, so what do we need to do next? Prototype efficiency can be increased even beyond 100%. Okay, that's good. So, rooms have an efficiency rating that shows how well work can be performed inside. You should try to ensure that the room is surrounded by walls as far as possible and that they have ideally also been upgraded. Okay, so a room is efficient if it's a room and not a field. So that's what they meant by it. That means I should be able to place some walls anywhere on the field, something like that. Right?
Eyes of the mentally challenged evil swept over one of the dungeon doors. It was child's play for the Hand of Terror to open and close these for its servants. They were, of course, firmly locked at all times to the enemy.
Okay, so what's that one? You can lock doors, hence making them impassable for your creatures. To do so, left click. Yeah, I kind of got this one. Okay, nothing happens there. Good. Now, brewery. 3 out of 8. Toolbox. Show how many tools you have. Okay, that will be, I presume, the next thing to do. Can I place that around? I think I cannot. I need to destroy it and rebuild it again if I get the idea to change up that room. Iffy. Anyway. So, dungeon. Make some orcs. Orcs. Goblins, naga, orcs, trolls. Orcs. There we go. Orcs need population points 2, population points 1. made one by accident? No. So, 5...
Orcs were defensive close combat specialists, capable of dealing with many opponents. However, they were very vulnerable to ranged attacks.
Good to know. And they're also patrolling everywhere. Not just that, they seem to do stuff. What do they do? Do they enhance the walls? And encouraging the rest of creatures in your dungeon to work faster. Okay, that's cool. That is really nice. They don't just stay there and do nothing, they actually enhance the whole dungeon. Does the brewery also increase in... Ah, there we go, efficiency. I would say, if the moment he was finished, that efficiency went up by 1. At least percent. The efficiency of the rune indicates how efficient can be, but the higher it is, the better for the... or faster to be more accurate. Rooms with walls are significantly more efficient than open rooms. Similarly, it helps with the walls are also upgraded. Efficiency can also exceed 100%, which it does right now. Okay, and what do I do with that? Oh, don't.
Suddenly, one of the repellent evil's servants became very thirsty. This was typical of a troop member of the unanonymous alcoholics known as the Horde. Dipso made his way to the nearest brewery to quench his thirst. A thirsty orc arrived at the brewery. Eager and slavering, he started demolishing the alcohol-hoarding evil's stock of beer.
Do I need any resources for that, or is that some kind of free? Looks like it. Okay. That's neat, thanks. So... what's that? Brewery, build a brewery, okay. Anyway, let's make some more orcs. What's the spawn button for that? Make it is, it's spawn button. Is it maybe S or like population? No. Is there a quick button? Opening up your dungeon. Okay. Like, how do you do that? There's a button for that. Oh, it's not O. Is it T for train? No, it's not T for train. It could be. Oh, the moment they're finished, snuffer, snuffle, snot, smell, snoopsy. The moment they're finished, they're praying here, and that means nothing. Okay, so the moment I actually click on the throne room, what was throne room? It was F10? No, 7? Something like that. Let's quickly save. That was quick. Throne room. What about Q? Q is nothing. S for spawn is also not. X? No. What about T for throne room? No. F7. Was it F7? It's not F7. Was it F8? Oh, that's what it was. What about F10? Okay. Open. F10 is the help system. Excavation population. Higher little snots. There we go. There's no mentioning of that. So, because I wanna click on the throne room every so often. Upgrade to first class rank. No. Throne room. Dungeon level 2, 3, show information to throne room, home. That's not the button I was looking for, to be honest. Let's click our way through. Maybe I find a nice one that doesn't interfere with any other.
Payday. An eerie gong rang through the halls. It did not bode well for the ultimate evil's treasury stocks, for at each sounding of the gong, the creatures would collect their undeserved wages. However, there was little it could do about this, as it was chained to the throne. Thus, it had to give free rein to its servants' desires, for the time being at least. The dungeon of the expansion-mad evil grew and prospered, but unfortunately, it had reached the maximum possible population it could currently manage. Now a creature would have to be thrown into the bottomless pit before any others could be brought in.
So what's cheaper, 100 or 300? I'm definitely going to kick in one of them after they brought the gold there. Let's see what happens. Is it permanent?
One of the creatures had come up with a plan to create a trade union. One louse-infested orc crawled up from the depths and declared allegiance to the ultimate evil. The first step towards the creation of a powerful army had been taken. The profound evil had had enough of dungeon sightseeing and now wanted to move to the surface to try a dish that is best served cold. Revenge. Some Alliance members were bound to be guarding the entrance to the overworld. A fine appetizer for a vengeful evil.
Okay, so what about the rooms there? This was a treasure room, production, also nothing good. Population points. Even an evil genius, such as yourself, can only control a certain number of creatures. This is shown by the population points at the top in the middle. If you have reached a maximum limit, you will not be able to hire any additional creatures unless you first dismiss one. You can do this by picking up Okay, but to be honest, I don't need to do that because actually it doesn't really matter if I kick them out and let them make any beer or whatnot. Strange. Alright.